Hi, my name is Catherine Carter. I, otherwise known as most of the staff seems to know me as Atticus's mom. They don't know my real name. I'm testifying in behalf of this bill because I think it was really important to understand that this whole issue actually impeded my ability to get Atticus accommodations in the school. So my only recourse after MSDE found that the school had not violated IDEA with Atticus. They found that it violated with my children because in the actual 504 plan with my daughter, that it was actually written by the staff that noted that Aloria was not visually impaired based on the school system's definition of visual impairment, and the vision department staffer, could not continue to be part of Aloria's school team. And so that is what won my case in Howard. It was not because of Atticus, which is really a shame. So we had an entire meeting to discuss this, but nothing was written in the actual documentation when I went back and looked at the meeting notes by the school staff, because they are the ones keeping the notes, not me. And even when I record it, they say that I can only use the notes that they take. So my only recourse as a result was to go to due process. And when I researched further, I discovered terms like burden of proof. And I found that it would be my obligation as a parent to prove the allegations which were presented in legal action. I did not even know where to start because I am an English teacher. I am not a lawyer. And I realized that I don't have the same access to the school records, the teachers, the educational experts, the therapists, or even legal counsel. And that the school system, even though they have an obligation to provide those tools and processes necessary for an appropriate education, that access to those documents to show whether or not it was effective, they're not required to even prove the effectiveness of their actions. And so I also learned a new term called pretrial discovery, learning all sorts of terms. Because the burden of proof was on me, the parent, I had no ability to fully engage in the full range of discovery options that are available during a court trial. Okay, so let me get this straight. So I have to find the evidence, public evidence, that I paid for with my tax dollars for the school to collect according to IDEA. I have to find it and I have to pay for it and I have to present it? That made no sense to me. So it's no wonder that there are so many parents, when faced with this fact, are completely disheartened and give up. I gave up. I couldn't go through due process. I didn't have the money and I didn't have the time. And so many parents are becoming frustrated, develop resentment about this issue, animosity, and 90% are losing the case, where the national average is 46? That doesn't make any sense. This is clearly a David versus Goliath scenario. So, due process. It is a hearing about discovering whether a child was denied a free and appropriate education. This bill will change the due process so that proving the effectiveness of their actions will now fall on the public agencies that have the public information and expertise to do so. So I ask that you vote favorably so that in due process hearing, the judge can make the decision not based on the lack of information, but based on the information provided. Thank you for your time.
Panel is completed.